think many young people want to start a business, but as we know, very often they fail. So the most common mistake starting out, I would say, from what I've observed, is having a wonderful idea and a lot of enthusiasm about it, but not doing enough homework to really understand the downsides, the kind of edge cases, the things that you have to consider outside of being excited about the good idea and that there's a market for it and that there's an opportunity there. Between a good idea and the ability to execute it, definitely the ability to execute it. I can tell you that as an investor, when I look at new businesses or existing businesses that are looking for capital for growth, what I have found over the years is the investments that have been successful are all about the people and their ability to execute. So I've unfortunately been part of many investments that have not done well, even though the idea or the product was great, but the team could not execute. So that's been the biggest difference. To determine if something's worth pursuing or walking away, I think there's two ways of looking at that. I think personally, right, and also just on the business side. Personally, if you're an entrepreneur, I think you have to know that you have to be all in on a project. So very often you want to pursue it no matter what. Even when things are going bad, you have that part of your personality that says, well, I can overcome this. This is just a part of the growth process. But when do you decide, wait a minute, it's time to move on to something else. This was, a project that didn't quite get where I needed it to go, but at least I've learned from it. I think there's a personal aspect of that, that I think to know when it's time to walk away, I think one of the most important things entrepreneurs can develop is a sense of themselves and who they are, and being very real with themselves, right? So that they know they're not just things like the sunk cost fallacy, where you're like, I've invested so much time into this, I have to finish. You have to constantly be asking yourselves that you're not selling yourself on the idea. On the business side, that's a little trickier, right? Because I think you same idea that you have to constantly be evaluating, maybe what your initial goal was and maybe where you've come. Very often people realize they've had some tremendous success. It's not the grand dream that they've had, but they've actually built a successful business. And maybe it's not pursuing it to its ultimate goal, but saying, okay, we brought it to this level of maturity and this is good enough, right? So what young people should prepare to learn today to be prepared in 10 years, I think is more important now than ever. The days where you got a career or you started a business and that's what you did for 30 or 40 years are in the past, right? So we know so much is changing in our world with AI and everything else that the most important thing you can do is learn how to learn, right? So the concept of lifelong learning, being able to always be adaptable and always learn about different things and incorporate different skills into your ability to transition into something else.